extra buttery. It was like $20 on Amazon.
I'm John from Virginia Beach.
And I'm John, also from Louisiana. And this is John+John+Jargon.
All right. Sweet. All right. So this question is about you teaching other people to teach. So there's how you can do something, how you can teach someone to do something, and then, which sounds crazy, how you can teach someone to teach someone else how to teach something, which I thought was all the same. It's not. The question is not that, though. The question is you teaching other people. So your methodology for showing people tools so that they can kind of do what you do for an audience.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I think if you have a kid,
I nailed that question, by the way. Nailed it.
You did. I think if you have a kid or a younger sibling that you actively engage with a lot, you are already a little bit more inclined to teach better. So I got lucky. My parents had a little penalty kick, a little surprise that was 14 years younger than me. So grew up teaching him all I knew. So it kind of made me a teacher in my head. But when I do train people to do what I do, I always, it's kind of lame, but I make personas of the people and the pains and gains that they have in their current job. So what would be valuable for me to share with them so that it helps their life be easier using what I'm teaching them? I don't know if that makes sense. So yes. If it's marketing,
example, we need an example.
Right. If it's marketing, what tools could I show them that provide value in their day-to-day right away? And how can I present it in a way that makes it so clear, the business case, that at the beginning, they don't have to think about it. And from there, I expand outward. So first we get on the island that we know, and then we go exploring the new opportunities that are out there. And that's kind of how I try and teach people and share my knowledge. Again, Made to Stick is a great book for communicating that kind of stuff.
Dang. Okay, so I'm going to do a call to action for you. You need to do a rack and stack of the top 10 books that you've read, and then put who should read, put them in categories.
Okay.
If you are X, Y, and Z, here are the ones you should read. If you're a facilitator, here are the ones you should read from top to bottom. If you're a normal human being that likes sports, here's the one you should read from top to bottom.
Okay, I can do that. Just to review, last week I learned how to unicycle from YouTube videos. This week, homework is a lot easier. All I have to do is put some books on a list. Done.
Hey, I learned how to ride a unicycle. I can ride a unicycle and juggle. It's been a while since I've done both at the same time, but I can do both. And it was a bet. Somebody bet me that I couldn't learn, and I was like, I'll show you. I went out and bought like a $200 unicycle when I was in like 8th grade, and I just all day got it all chafed and learned how to ride a unicycle. So now I know.
You know what? That reminds me of I'm going to segue into a question. Okay.
Yeah, do it.
That sounds like you're extremely competitive. I'm extremely competitive, and I'm secretly competitive. So I don't tell people that I'm competing with them. I'm the guy that stops at the red light and then speeds off before the other person so that I feel like I beat them in a race just because it feels good. Okay. So I think competitiveness is one of my, as my mom would call it, superpowers. What are your superpowers for what you do for a living? Facilitation.
Yeah.
What?
I have to pick my nose really quick. My superpowers. Okay.
Disappear.
I just watched my answer 20 seconds. Also, too, that was cut in there. You didn't know. My superpower, and relate it to competitiveness.
No, it doesn't have to relate to competitiveness.
Okay.
Good job.
I'm going to, just because I'm competitive. I'm going to do it. I like to think that in any scenario, as long as it's in my wheelhouse to do, that I can do everything that I'm doing better than anybody else, which maybe sounds cocky, but I always bring myself back to this. If you have the same tools as I do, and you have the same ability that I do, why are you able to do it so much better than me? it's all iteration and the amount of times that you've tried it and tested it and improved upon whatever it is that you were doing. So I think my superpower is I do every event and every workshop transition and module and everything as if it was the first time that I was doing it, meaning my energy level never changes ever, unless something like really drastic happens. So like I got asked to do, I haven't really ever told anybody this. I got asked to do a thing, let's say about 1.5 years ago, and I don't drink caffeine ever.
Oh, God.
Unless it's with a mixed drink, I guess. And probably 40 minutes before I was supposed to be like on stage, I fell asleep sitting up, which is just like, oh my gosh. So I go up, I drank like 3 Cokes and, like instantly became beyond hyper. Like I overdid it because I was like, what happens if I'm asleep? This has never happened to me. That's like the one scenario, but short answer, my energy level, being able to have people come back from lunch, even though I just had a massive gut bomb and I'm like, should be tired and whatnot. Everyone's like, how are you doing this right now? Maybe that's the competitive nature in me to say, all right, well, you guys can all be tired, but I'm going to be top of my game right now. I mean, back at you.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds
what about you?
You really like what you're doing, so that probably helps.
Superpower, you.
My superpower, I think which is pretty lame, my ability to repeat boring tasks over and over again that are small details about something, and then make that whatever I'm trying to do as perfect as I can make it, is probably my superpower. So repeat something over and over and over again, knowing that eventually I'll get better at it, and doing that alone with no one watching. So whether that is like researching and my girlfriend will come in and she'll be like, hey, come back to the real world. Cause I will be like 2 inches away from the computer looking up like why dolphins aren't migrating to the Caribbean as much or something random like that. And have to learn everything about it. So I have this obsessiveness, but it lets me dive deeper and deeper and deeper until I understand at depth to something that maybe an hour ago I didn't know, or a skill that I didn't have. And that's got to be it. It's not that.
So we are opposite in that. I just watched a 2-minute video this morning on why a greenhouse works. And when I turned off YouTube and finished my breakfast and put my dishes down, I told my wife and my daughter that they could ask me anything in the world about greenhouses and that I am now an expert. So yeah. All right. I think that's, you heard my Google machine.
Yeah. You got stuff to do, man.
Yeah. Well, we've all got stuff to do. So next time, different shirt, different questions, fun time, on John+John+Jargon.
Yay. Oh, and we promised virtual high fives. So.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yep. There it is.
Hey man, this was great.
All right, dude.
I don't know if this is where you put out all 3 as just one video. And you speed up between times of actually changing the shirts, or you edit it all, but at least I didn't pick my nose on camera, so I'm good.
I thought that was a beautiful moment. Real highlight of our mini series so far.